feet rooted, roughly feet under the hips or a little bit wider. Drop your tailbone, lengthen your lumbar spine, chin tucked in so that your cervical spine, your neck lengthens and head's going up towards the stars or the sky. Slight gap in your shoulders and a little bit of a gap between at your groin there. Right, and hands just over the belly, just below your navel, and we're going to do fire in the belly. So the dragon's kind of seen as quite a fiery creature. So we talk about fire in the belly. The two acupuncture meridians that are fire paired are the small intestine and the heart. So small intestine here, heart here. So it's actually quite appropriate that we actually work with the body's fire here. And we're looking at the body's metabolic fire. So if you had really a very cold, sluggish digestion, this would be really nice to work with before you actually ate. Or if you were just really cold and tired, it would be really nice to do as well. So the fire in the belly, remember we breathe in through the nose, we breathe out through the mouth, but as we breathe out, pull the tummy back in, so it's breath in. It's like a bellows breathing. And then just allow yourself to go into a relaxed, deep breath in and out through the nose. So we're stoking the metabolic fire. So let's go again. Breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And straight into relaxed, deep, long, slow, and deep belly breath. So the next time after we've done the fire breathing, as we have our last exhale, we're actually going to hold that exhale. So we hold our breath for about 5-10 seconds, and then we go into the diaphragmatic breathing again. So let's try that. So breathing in. Hold your breath. And relax. Let your belly fill. Easy belly breathing in and out through the nose. Do one last one. Breathing in. And hold your breath. And easy breathing just down into the belly. So a couple of things when we think about that breath we've just done, when we do that holding, we've had a big breath out, so our diaphragm is actually moved up here. And it's like I'm doing some weightlifting. I'm holding, and I let go. So it actually strengthens the diaphragm. And we're actually holding up, so we're pushing up against the lungs and up against the heart. So we're actually doing quite a lot of sort of squishing of the organs. And then as we go down into long, slow, deep breathing, the diaphragm goes right down again, and we make this lovely cavity. So with the organs, we sort of squeezing and releasing, squeezing and releasing. So we really get a good blood flow through the organs, and we actually get the organs to work very well. We've also got a big lake of lymph just under the diaphragm. So once we've done something like this, we're really improving the lymphatic flow back into the heart area as well. Okay, so dragon is very good for longevity. It's very good for the organs, and it's very good for the spine because we do a lot of movements of the spine. Side, side, rotation, rotation, and up, down. So we're going to enliven the spine, just going straight up. So bring your arms up as high as you're happy to. Might be there. Mine's not quite there yet, but might be there. Drop your tailbone. Tuck your chin in. So feel your spine lengthening. And now let your shoulder blades lift up. Open your fingers. Stretch your hands up into the sky there, dropping your tailbone. And now we're going to turn. We're going to turn with the lower back first. And when we felt we've taken that back slack, then into the mid back, into the thoracic, and eventually turn your head to look behind you. And then come back, thinking about that turn happening again, lower back, mid back, thoracic spine, and head. And you'll notice how my one arm, I can see it in the window, is not quite as high as the other. And that's even after about 2 years of healing now, but it's getting there. Okay, other side, low back, mid back, thoracic spine. Then turn your head, turning your neck there, and slowly coming back, feeling yourself coming back to center. Now you're going to hold that position that you're in, and you're going to lift your bubbling spring, which means that's your kidney, 1 point under the foot. So lift your heels a little bit and then go over to the side. Very good for your balance. And if you can't lift your heels, just do it with your feet flat. So open the ribs as you stretch. You can have 1 or 2 breaths in the side bend position. Coming up again. Breathe in and breathe out over to the other side. There you go. And come back. And bring your arms down. So dragon exercises are quite strong, but they are very, very good to keep your spine moving, to keep your legs strong. So now we're going to rub the kidneys. Rub the kidneys up and down with your knuckles. So as we've done dragon, we've spoken about in Chinese mythology, there's the fire dragon, the red dragon, and there's the water dragon, who's the blue dragon. So when I'm working with my kidneys here, I'm thinking of the water element with kidney. Strengthen that water dragon, blue water dragon. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit. So when you're rubbing the kidneys, what else do we think about? We've got the adrenal glands at the top of the kidneys, and when we're rubbing there or knocking there, you're going to be getting some adrenaline and cortisol into the body, which kind of wakes us up for activity. So this would be nice to do in the morning. And in fact, dragon work is very nice to do in the morning. You don't want to do it too late at night because it'll keep you awake, which it did the last time I did it. So now keeping your hands there, you're going to twist your hip and your shoulder forward, but you keep your head looking straight ahead. So we're getting a really nice twist over the kidneys and the lower part of the spine. Coming back to center. Bring the other hip and shoulder forwards and let your head, my head just wants to go over. I have to consciously think about looking straight ahead as I do that. So again, working with the kidneys, working with the lower part of the spine, coming back. Tuck your chin in, bend your knees a little bit. And this is called sassy dragon. Sassy dragon, sort of just doing a little bit of a dance with the hips here. See, my head's going over. Keep your head. I can look at my head in the in the computer there. So that's a good way for me to learn this. So this constant compressing and releasing of the different organs is very, very healthy for the organs. Just to get them, keep them mobile within their own little fascial sacs. Keep all this fluids, the different fluids moving, stretching and compressing, and just keeping everything viable in the organs. And relax, just shake it out there. Right, good. So we're going to do a swimming dragon with feet together and knees bent a little bit. And start off hands together, and almost as if the dragon's sleeping. It's actually nice to feel the dragon sleeping. And then our hands are going to reach out as if we're bringing in, we're going into the sea of chi and bring this chi into your own personal space. And from there, we're going to do swimming dragon. Hips to one side, head to one side, hands to the opposite side, coming back to center. Getting a lovely bend through the spine, and then we're going to go to the level of the solar plexus. Very good for the knees and hips and the lower spine. And then we go right down to the lower dantian and pelvis, pushing across. And some dragon balls have quite a little bit of warmth, so you might feel a bit of warmth in your hands as you do it. And now we're going to swim up to the top of the river. And when you're swimming, not just your arms, but your spine is twisting. We're enlivening the spine, getting some beautiful rotation between the different joints of the spine. All the way up. And when you reach the top, you're going to come onto your balls of your feet again, strengthen your feet, and then coming down. So we do the same movement to the other side. So again, make that little pillow for the dragon. Have a little rest for a second. And then scoop out into the sea of chi around you, coming back. And then head and hips going to one side, hands to the other. Head and hips going to one side. Slow it down, then at the level of your solar plexus. And then at the level of your lower dantian or down in the pelvis. And start to swim up again. Feeling your arms turning, but also your spine turning right up until you get your neck up on your toes. Bring your arms back if you can. If your hands here, that's fine. Just try and open maybe your elbows there. And come down. Relax. So we've done quite a few different moves, and this is a new one called Dragonfly Touches the Pond. And it's a very difficult one for me to do. I'm actually training myself to do it. So we'll do it really slowly, and we'll keep repeating it through classes till we get it right. So the dragonfly is like the little minuscule dragon. And dragonflies are very delicate. So putting one, so if I've got my right foot, say your left foot forward, put foot forwards, just a little touch of your toes there. Same arm goes forward and the other arm goes back. Now you may need to be close to a wall or something. Because what you're going to do is you're going to lift your foot up. And as it comes down, the opposite hand comes forwards to touch the pond. As this hand comes up, your leg comes up and you hold a ball. Let's try the other side. So one foot in front, same hand in front, lift your foot up. Woo. As it comes down, the other hand comes down to touch the pond, comes up, and you hold the ball. So it's a very pretty, it's a very nice movement. And we'll just do one for this evening because we'll slowly work with that one. Let's go with a really easy one. Dragon smooths the universe. So soften your tailbone there, long spine, chin tucked in, head lifted up, and just hands at the level of just above the heart, and just feel as if the dragon is just, it's called the dragon smooths the universe. And it's also quite a long flow, and we're just going to start with the first part of the movement, which is a lovely sensation. It's almost as if you're going just on the top of the pond where that dragonfly has just been. Feel the shifting of weight from one side to the other. Feel as if your hands are floating on the air. Your fingers be soft and light, open. And from there, let's go into Dragon Watches His Tail. And this is one we know, where you bring your hands to face you, or face your hands facing towards your hands, and look at all the lines in your hands there. Really focus intently. Drop your tailbone, chin tucked in, your body facing forwards, and then push your hands away from you, pulling your hands back and looking the opposite direction. Eyes looking into the distance. So it's an exercise for your eyes of focus and then looking into the distance, coming back, looking at the lines of your hand. Breath in, breathe out, and push away. Feel you're getting a beautiful turning of your neck there. Coming back. Feel that you're rooted, your spine is extended upwards. And imagine that you are looking at this dragon's tail coming in and out. Very fluid. Bring the hands down to the center, up to the other side. All right. Look at the lines of your hands. Pull your wrists back, open your fingers. This is very good to prevent things like carpal tunnel, any nervy things coming from the neck. It just is lovely to give you flexibility in the brachial plexus. Breathe in as you come in, looking into the distance. Coming back, focusing. Looking into the distance. And coming down. So we're staying with some soft work. I'm going to keep you with some soft work. Yeah, okay. So the other one is dragon holds the pearl. So you know about holding the chi ball. Just keep your knees. Don't have to be too wide. Soften a little bit there. Okay. And the dragon's playing with this chi ball. He's taking it up towards the sky, and then it's coming down back towards the earth, taking it up towards the sky and down. So feel the Laogong points in your palm actually connecting with each other there. Feel that magnetic connection between the two. So this is going to be a breath in. And as you come back, it's a breath out. Try and breathe in and out through the nose. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now we're going to challenge you a little bit and say, breathe in and lift your one leg up. Breathe out as you go down. It's a lovely one to practice for your balance. Breathe in. And breathe out. Depending on the state of your knees, you'll be better on one side than the other. And breathe out. And breathe in. Woohoo! Breathe in and breathe out. One more to each side. Breathe in and breathe out. It's also called turning the wheel. And breathe out. Just keep your chi ball there. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And dragon playing with the ball. So we're going to come to the side. And we're going to turn it. It's very similar to one of our heart movements. Come to the side, turn to the other side. It's very much a shift of your weight to the side and a turning of your hips, and your hands just follow. Yeah. So bringing some lightness and playfulness into the dragon movement. Scintillating dragon, or shiny. So in Chinese dragon culture, the dragon was not wicked, but he was wise, and he would teach you how to take on challenges from within. Feel your hands getting a little bit warm as you're doing this. This is a lovely kind of movement just to do anytime during the day. You know, when you have these kind of movement snacks, when you've been working your 20 minutes, half an hour at the computer, just get up and do a couple of things like this would be beautiful. So we're into quite flowy movement. So we'll go into the dragon flow. So one hand's coming just below the navel, and the other hand is going to come with your hip. So your hip's going to come across, the hand's going to go across your body and come back into the center. So your hip goes out and then the hand goes up, back of the hand facing the sky, and then comes back to center. So we imagine that we're living in a sea of chi. We're living in a sea of chi, of infrared, ultraviolet, and all sorts of buzzy electrical currents are happening around us, and all this nice nature stuff from the sea and the forests and the mountains. And we're pulling it in to nourish our dantians. So the dantians are 3 dantians called the 3 treasures. The lower one, dantian, is like a storage cupboard for the body's vitality, the body's strength, the body's kind of groundedness to gravity. And think about your intestines, digestion, all located in this area. And then as we come up to the heart level, this second dantian, whereas the bottom one's Chinese name is Jing, this one's Chinese name is Qi. Jing Qi, and Shen is the upper one. So now we're bringing in very much from nature. So our second dantian, our middle dantian, is very related to the energy of nature, which means the dogs and cats and fish and birds and trees and rivers and mountains. And they nourish our emotional being, our heart being, emotional being. So we're bringing in that calmness of emotions, but also the warmth of the heart so that we participate in life, so we're not cold. All right, and then the third treasure, just above the eyebrows in the center, called Shen. Shen means spirit in Chinese, and it's described as the light that shines in a person's eyes when they're truly awake, which I think is a beautiful description of Shen. So we're bringing in the wisdom of the universe or higher spiritual power, wanting to nourish our dantian with insight and wisdom, intuition, so that we can choose wisely, be curious, so we can be curious about life. And then slowly we come down from there, come down back to the heart. Down to the low dantian Jing. Jing was seen as the original place where energy came into the body, but of course your umbilical cord was here. So this was the energy that you inherited from your parents. It was called your Jing. And slowly bring your hands together. And let's just do one pulling down the heavens, just allowing a beautiful settling of all the energy we worked with from our head to the heart to the belly. And let's just put our hands over the navel. Stand with your eyes closed for a couple of seconds. Feel your feet on the ground. Soften your tailbone. Chin tucked in, head lifted up. Feel a relaxation in your jaw muscles, back of the neck and head. A little space between your eyebrows. Perhaps a tiny little smile on your face, as if the sun's shining on your face as you've come out of the house onto the beach. Notice if there's any breeze on your skin or the temperature of the air on your skin and the touch of your clothing. Allow your body to rock and sway a bit. Just everything settling in. Soften your hands, open your eyes. Good. Thank you for